the N95 off. This is recording. Okay, so go to your GarageBand. You in there?
Yes, sir.
After three?
After three or on three?
After three.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes.
All right.
It's been a
On
lot.
go. Wait, on go.
No, there's no go.
Okay. The go is all right.
There's no
Yeah,
go. It's just
it's an understood go. All right.
yeah, it's a silent.
All right. You ready?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the latest installment of the Splash. Is this our 1 year?
Where are notes?
Is this our 1 year?
Do we need notes?
No. It's better when we don't.
Is this our 1 year? No. Didn't we do one?
Yeah, we did do one. Okay, so this is our post 1 year, and we took a little break after the 1 year. We needed a little sabbatical. We needed to recharge our batteries, which was it was good for us. I'm back at my parents' house, which is exciting. Got some good Thanksgiving food. It's good to be home. Good to be back in San Antonio. Missed this place, believe it or not.
Yeah, you did. Tell us a little bit about the past 3 months being in Waco. What it's been like.
Okay.
What are some of your go-to restaurants, activities? I know there's a plethora of them, and I know there's no shortage of fun and exciting things to do in Waco, Texas. And I know that the listeners also feel that way. So if you could just, for us, what are we? We're kind of like peasant level people. If you could enlighten us poor, pleasant, or peasant-minded folk about the illustrious beauty that is Waco, Texas, I think it'd be really good for us all to kind of get a good understanding of what you guys do up there in that beautiful. It's not just a college town. It's a real thing.
So Waco,
It's
Texas.
far better than San Antonio, right?
Well, I mean, it depends on your preferences, really. I mean, if you like to have fun and do things, then I think Waco's where you want to be. We have a zoo. All right, we have a zoo. We have
Okay.
a park. Okay.
Okay.
We have Oh, you know what? We have a Chick-fil-A. That's really popular.
One Chick-fil-A?
Yes. We have a Chick-fil-A. All right. We have a Freddy's frozen custard. That's pretty good. There's a couple neat places on campus, right? Or does that not count?
Like what?
Well, there's this cool coffee shop.
Common Grounds.
Common Grounds. You're aware. All right. Yeah, so Common Grounds is pretty cool. Heritage ice cream is all right. It's kind of overpriced.
Is it just Bluebell ice cream resold as,
No, but that'd probably be better.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could start an ice cream shop where we just sell Creamy Creations 1905 vanilla.
Ooh. I mean, you might be onto something with that. But back to my point, we have a lake that I personally would not get into. But yeah, there's so it is the NBA offseason.
Oh. Yep. Yes, it is. I was just keeping count of the things that you listed, and
What did we make it to?
5 things, not including the things on campus. Those things are everywhere.
Yeah, fair enough.
So is it safe to say you won't be finishing out your tenure in Waco? Do you want? You may. Oh, that's kind of a personal matter, I know, but maybe you want to. The people who listen to this are pretty. The people who listen to our show are probably more closely related to you than your even like your immediate family.
I would agree with that.
I feel like they kind of need like an update. Like give us the Vegas betting odds. Like, what are you? You're probably not going to finish. You're not going to. Are you going to graduate from Waco, from Baylor, Texas, Baylor School? the odds, the heavy betting odds say yes, no, maybe.
You know, you're kind of putting me on the spot with that one. Let's just say, in the words of certain recruits, I've decided to reopen my recruiting and decommit from Baylor University.
Wow.
Respect my decision. I like how they always say, respect my decision. It's like they're yelling at me. I don't know who.
Wow. Breaking news. Well, I respect your decision. I don't know if anybody else will. There's probably a few people who might. I don't know. I don't want to go there. Your life is like it's like a soap opera, and the details are enchanting. And for that, I think you should start like a blog where you just journal these
You might be onto something with that blog idea. I think
enchanting things. It'd be also great because then you would probably text me less, which is not. I'm not saying that I want that, but sometimes you use me as a journal. You use me as a where you can just flood your thoughts endlessly into me, like I am a bottomless pit.
Well, look,
of emotion.
You have my notifications off, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's changed. That's new. That's a new development then. Well, I appreciate
No.
that.
I have your Instagram notifications off.
Yeah.
But Snapchat, iMessage, it's all Twitter, which I still have but don't use actively. I still get all of these.
Well, the majority of the things I say are rhetorical, so like you don't even need to look or respond to them. It's of course. Jude just texted. It's of course appreciated, but
you don't. How do you not have those notifications off?
Because
our group chat. For those of you who don't know, for some reason, the Splash is birthed out of the Strive Network, a family of podcasts, and the founding members, you could say, have a group text. Me and Ryan are a part of said text, and very easily you can look away from the phone and have 100 missed texts, and Ryan chooses to keep the group notifications on, which I think is a real bro move. That's a real boss move.
That's what I do.
He's a young, up and coming businessman who says he's got to read those messages as they come in, and
grow with us.
Respect that. Grow with us. He's starting an agency, guys. He's starting an
Grow with us agency.
No. Grow with us even faster agency. That's the agency. We don't want to get too into that because there's a few people out there who will come for us in the Instagram world. But as you said, the NBA is upon us more fervently than it has been in probably a year. I mean, because the bubble was cool and, but I mean, nobody was really watching or tuning in like we have been. And it feels like we're going to be returning to our beloved home arenas. We've seen the Spurs are going to update their floor to match their Fiesta jerseys. That's really cool. There's going to be some cool stuff like that all year. The Celtics, the biggest news I think of the offseason so far for me has been the Celtics ditching the GE partnership, the GE patch that would go on the shoulder of the jersey. I think of all 30 teams in the league, they had easily the cleanest design. GE's Northeast foundings, it kind of tied in well. But now I like the Vista print thing. It looks okay. It looks modern, but I like just that historic GE touch. I've got a couple jerseys with that patch, and I really like it. And it's going to be gone now. It looked
complete with the GE logo, right?
Yeah, it filled in that once open space.
And Vistaprint looks like there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
It looks trendy.
It looks like there's a sponsorship on that jersey. GE, it looks like
it blended in.
Yeah, exactly. It fit.
I liked it. I think we're gonna do some stuff with the jersey. Probably gonna add like a little patch or something for Tommy. His passing. We might add like a strap or a patch, something like that. So all the final details will be coming later. But this is probably the most anybody has ever talked about a jersey patch on a podcast. but it's important.
Well, we deliver on the things people need to hear.
We deliver on the details.
Exactly. That's what we do here at the Splash. And that's, you know, the people, they miss it. They need it.
Oh, man. In other news, I know I love him probably more than any other Celtics fan. But Gordon Hayward is no longer a Celtic.
Thank God.
Two starkly different opinions, I know. But I just never gave up on him. And I thought
you should have.
I thought for his value, you know, for the fact that even if we lost him, we still wouldn't have cap space. So like people think of, well, he makes $34 million. Okay, it's 1 year less. You know, he's got one more year. If he leaves, we still don't have cap space to sign anybody. So it's better that we just keep him if nothing. And then we're going to trade him for Turner. And then we don't. And we all get mad at Danny Ainge, but I really think what it comes down to is Indiana didn't want to pay him $30 million a year, and you can't blame them. Only Charlotte seems like the only team who would still give him $30 million a year for 4 years. That's kind of a bonkers number. I don't know how you feel about it. If you were a GM, God forbid anybody ever makes you a GM or anything close to it.
Hey.
I've seen some of your 2K My Leagues.
They're good, but I think that money says a lot, right? I think it says that they believe that Hayward, as the one of, if not the focal point of the offense, can be an all-star and will be an all-star again. And I would like to see that. But that money also says we trust you to help develop LaMelo Ball and a lot of our younger players. And it's kind of like a transitional quarterback in the NFL, where you're going to pay this guy to be your quarterback until your freshly drafted rookie is ready to take over the team. I view it kind of like that. And then afterwards, you know, it'll probably be his last team, maybe, unless he ends up going to Indiana to finish his career out, which would be cool. But I think after this contract, it's going to be smaller, and then he's going to settle into more of a role player role as LaMelo takes the team over, if he is as good as we all think he will be.
Yeah. Well, some people don't think he'll be good at all.
That's stupid.
Which I think is stupid. I thought he was the best player in the draft this year. He's definitely not the most ready today guy. He's going to be a while, you know.
Well, yeah.
He's a work in progress. But I mean, as far as talent goes, I mean, people hate on Lonzo way too much. Lonzo's a really good player. The middle brother, Langelo, he kind of got fat, and now he still plays in what is it, the G League, but he's no good. But I mean, LaMelo is probably the best out of all the brothers, and LeVar doesn't talk anymore, so he's good. I thought that was the best pick in the draft. Hayward, I mean, they can justify it because they're not going to spend the money elsewhere. But also, Michael Jordan as a GM, I guess he's the owner actually, but I don't know. I don't know if that's ever going to be a good thing. I'm glad he got paid. I will miss Gordon Hayward dearly. I will say I really like the additions of Jeff Teague and Tristan Thompson. I think they're a little underrated. I think Jeff Teague could probably start on a couple teams in the NBA, but as a backup is instantly better. I think he's better than Brad Wanamaker.
Oh,
that's an upgrade. Brad Wanamaker's a fine player. He's really good defensively, better than Teague. But as far as, you know, finding the bottom of the net, you know, consistently, you know, whenever Wanamaker had the ball, it just felt like I would take a deep breath and just pray that he kind of, you know, did something, made the right decision with it.
I mean, he's a good veteran presence. I like the fact that he is a little bit older. He's
a little bit of age is
exactly.
Fine.
And the fact is also Marcus Smart is still relatively young. He can still learn a lot. I think Jeff Teague can teach Marcus Smart a lot, but also not only our rookies, but even Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum could stand to get some veteran leadership, because Tatum still takes a lot of shots that he shouldn't take. And just does a lot of things that a younger Kobe Bryant would do. And I don't like that as much.
Yeah. Well, I think Tatum's also, I mean, he's grown tremendously since his first 2 years. But yeah, I mean, you could tell whenever he was in the game with like a Wanamaker, or if Smart was the only guy, the only guard on the floor, Tatum would get in these zones where he would just kind of take every single shot. If you have a guy like Teague as the backup who can come in and play with Tatum, Tatum won't feel, or Teague will at least control the pace a little bit more, and Tatum won't just jack as many crazy shots. Tristan Thompson, I thought like 2 years ago, if he joined the Celtics, I think that would have been breaking news. Now it's not as big of a deal because he's been stuck in Cleveland forever, and Cleveland sucks.
He's still really good.
You have to think about how good he's been with a bad backcourt. Colin Sexton and Darius Garland are okay, but they're really young and they're not great distributors of the ball. And then he's playing alongside Andre Drummond, who's, and Kevin Love. 3 huge people in that front court. Now he's going to be the biggest guy for the Celtics, getting pretty much every rebound. And he's no slouch defensively. He's not Defensive Player of the Year, but he's probably the best guy we've had. I mean, he's a significant upgrade from Tice, who we still have.
He's a significant upgrade. I think Tice is better coming off the bench. He's still really good. But the problem is we finally got our big name center, and he's 6'9". I mean, I'm not.
He's 6'9".
That's still really big, and he's going to be really good at getting boards and
Yeah.
playing some defense and maybe even scoring a little bit. But come on, 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, 7'1".
To be
Please.
fair, though, he is a grown man, 6'9". Like, he is really filled out. He is huge, and he's probably one of the most strong guys, one of the stronger guys in the league. And I am talking pretty in depth about his physique. I have looked at it very in depth. He is a man's man. He's a man's man. I'll just say that he is every inch of 6'9". Furthermore, I don't want like a big Gasol in the paint, because we have guys like Walker and Brown and Tatum who are always going to the basket. You have that big dude down low. He just clogs the paint is ultimately what happens. So I kind of like the Thompson thing. He's going to start right away. What's the starting lineup? Walker, Smart.
Yeah. Walker, Smart, Brown, Tatum, Thompson, or Walker, Brown. I don't know.
You put Nesmith in there already?
I was thinking maybe, but I don't know. This might be later on in the season. But Nesmith, Tatum, and then
I didn't love the Nesmith thing.
I like it a lot.
As it happened. But he is
best shooter
phenomenal.
in the draft.
Best shooter in the draft. That seems to be everybody's opinion. And he backs it up. He shot 55% from 3. That's kind of crazy. I mean, the one concern with me was that I think he had an ankle thing. He missed like half the season. But I think he's fine at this point. And it's not like it was like an ACL or something. Plus, he's also, for the most part, a standstill shooter, which is beautiful. We have guys who can handle the ball and drive and attack and shoot off the dribble. We need a guy to just stand on the wing, stand in the corner, and be a reliable shooter who's not Marcus Smart, Yeah,
without a doubt.
I like it. This team, I think, loses Hayward. But if you think about it, Hayward was not really ever there consistently in the playoffs. And gains veteran point guard Teague, best paint presence in years in Thompson, and probably the best shooter on the team straight away through the draft. You lose Hayward, but you gain those 3 things. I think they are a net positive for this offseason.
I can't believe it took us 8 years to get a legitimate big man after KG left. 8 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had Aaron Baines.
Yeah, but
kind of a joke.
No, he was good.
No, he's good. He's still out there, I think. He's with Toronto.
Yeah, he'll do good there. He's replacing Gasol.
He will.
I think he's going to start.
Did Gasol leave for Spain yet?
Gasol went to the Lakers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was flirting with playing overseas.
Yeah, he was, and then the defending champs come calling, and
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to make a lot more over there, though. But fair enough. I don't mind it. The Lakers, I haven't been super in tune with some of the stuff. Rondo's still out there, right?
Rondo signed with the Hawks.
He did?
Yeah.
Damn. I don't like that, man. Rondo, I know he just won a title, but, I mean, I know LA couldn't keep him because they couldn't afford him. He proved to be he's legitimately the third best player on a title team this year. Now, granted, this year was weird. The Warriors weren't there. It seems like they won't be there again next year. They'll be in the playoffs, one would believe. But without Clay, I mean, I don't see that happening. I don't see them being serious.
I think that Clay being out could be good for them in the long run. Because
I don't.
Yeah, well, hold on.
But this is their window.
It is.
This is their window
next year.
And Clay is easily their next best guy. And I mean, Clay's a top 20 guy in the league from what we last saw.
I'm thinking though, in terms of their offensive production, without Clay there, they're going to rely more on, Steph, of course, but they're going to rely more on Wiseman. And I think Wiseman will be able to develop his offensive game with these opportunities. And then when Clay comes back into the fold, the three of them will be able to do something special. And I hate it.
Fair, but I don't know if Wiseman would be ready for it anyway. Wiseman's good, but like some people had him like going in the teens. It always felt like he would go pretty high, but I think a lot of people were really low on him for certain reasons. This draft just kind of sucked, and we'll have some good players who come from it, but right now it's just really uncertain. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe taking a sure thing. Like I feel like Neesmith is an example of a sure thing. He's gonna walk in there. He's got good size. He'll catch and shoot, and who knows? Maybe LaMelo Ball flames out. Maybe he sucks. Maybe Anthony Edwards looks like a football player more than anything. I don't know. This draft really was whack.
It kind of reminds me of 2012
or 2013.
That's the one, yeah, 2013.
The Wiggins draft.
Yes.
I mean, if you redraft that thing, I'm pretty sure Wiggins still goes pretty high. And I mean, Wiggins is Wiggins. He's okay, but he's nothing special. He's on the Warriors.
He is on the Warriors. That's true. They're gonna be pretty good.
If anybody's ever gonna figure him out, it'll be Steve Kerr or the Warriors. Yeah. Steph will whip him into shape. Hopefully that happens. I don't know. I feel like we're going into another season of potential NBA darkness. Not darkness, but I mean, we already have no Clay, which to me is a real killer because I like when the Warriors are good. Yeah. It's interesting, and the Nets could blow up. I don't know.
The Nets are going to be everyone will have to watch them because I genuinely don't know if they're going to be really good or really bad.
They could be the team to come out of the East, or they could miss the playoffs.
Yeah, honestly. And then all eyes will be on Kevin Durant as well because he's going to be coming back from an injury that has claimed a lot of careers.
Yeah. No, thankfully it happened to him when he was younger than most people who've gotten it. Plus, he's just Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
He's not super ball dominant. He's a lot of catch and shoot. And plus, playing with Kyrie, I've given up on Kyrie completely as a real player, but I don't know. Maybe it works. I don't know. Maybe it does. Steve Nash is coaching. It'd be interesting. Mm-hmm. No fans probably this year.
Yeah, so they're gonna have are they gonna have a full travel schedule, but no fans?
No fans.
I don't like that.
The
fans is fine, but I don't like the full travel. I think.
Well, watching from home, I don't mind the no fans thing. We learned that it looked pretty good. I did miss the original courts, because it adds to the thing, to the the flair of well, there's actual home court advantage to an extent if they're playing in their city, in their weather. Teams still aren't going to want to go to Denver or Utah for the altitude. Teams still aren't going to want to fly from west to east coast. So there'll still be some home court advantage to an extent. There won't be fans, but it'll still feel a lot more like the real thing. And yeah, we can't complain about that. I would like to go to some games, but I'll hold out for the time being. I got to catch LeBron before he retires. That's my biggest
You've
thing.
never seen him. That's right.
I've seen pretty much everybody except LeBron.
Yeah. I know.
I've got a long time to catch Giannis.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But
you
and,
say
and guys like that. But yeah, no, LeBron's got a couple of years left in him, but I got to see that because I will always regret not seeing Kobe. But also, I got a job the first year or the year he retired, so I never really had the money to do that.
I just missed Kobe.
Yeah. I never saw the Pierce Celtics.
I saw Pierce.
like
I saw Pierce with Brooklyn.
with Brooklyn.
I saw him in KG.
I don't think I did. I didn't see that.
That was good. Because they were both still really good at that point, or not really good, but pretty good at that point.
Yeah, you still got to see him. Yeah, but I've seen pretty much everybody else. KD, Kyrie, Steph. A lot of the teams now you can go see one game and knock out like 5 Hall of Famers, which is kind of exciting.
You've seen Steph?
I've seen Steph. I saw what I call the best team ever, the 2017 Warriors.
Oh wow.
KD, Clay, Steph at full health against the Spurs. It was probably one of the closest seats I've ever had. I don't regret it at all. That was awesome. I still think that's the best team ever, but
over the Bulls.
Oh yeah, I mean for a single season. I mean, if we're gonna put them 5-on-5, I think they absolutely worked the Bulls, just from the shooting standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's Artis Gilmore gonna do with Draymond Green at the 5, running around and setting and kicking people in the nuts? I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know, but hopefully the season's better than the little bubble spat we had. Hopefully the ratings go up again, just for the fact that I don't want to see the salary cap dwindle and then I have to play with a small salary cap in 2K my league. So
yeah, no, I understand that.
I know.
Gotta look out for that, but
also have to get the new 2K, but don't have a PlayStation.
Have to get the new PlayStation first, but
have to get the PlayStation.
In other news, the NFL is horrible.
Yeah,
everybody's hurt. You know what was interesting to watch? The Broncos played without a quarterback. They started.
They had one completion, right?
One completion for 13 yards. Yeah. That's the first team to have one completion in a long time.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So they just run Wildcat the whole time?
No.
They had to.
They did run Wildcat and didn't go well for them, but they took like some defender and he played quarterback, so they tried to run genuine quarterback plays and it just did not happen for him.
So they lost.
That did happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
NFC East.
Don't ask me.
Have you seen it?
Well, I know it's bad. It's Cowboys, Eagles.
So bad. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Carson Wentz is.
He sucks.
I went to war for Carson Wentz all off season, and now he's healthy but playing the worst season of his career.
Okay, so NFC East. Do you know how bad it is?
I'm gonna guess the 1 seed in the NFC East has. What week are we in?
We 12? Are in week 12.
I'm gonna guess that the 1 seed has 4 wins.
Yeah. The Giants.
Is it Washington?
The Giants and Washington are tied at 4-7.
That's incredible.
Followed by the Eagles at 3-7-1, and the Cowboys at 3-8 are in last place. That's disgusting.
So here's my question. Like the NBA with the divisions, it's pretty geographic. it's really the teams are close.
Mm.
In the NFL, they're not really all that geographical. I mean, why does Dallas play with Philadelphia in their same division?
Yeah, it
Right?
doesn't quite make sense. Other
What?
divisions are pretty geographical, but
Yeah. What are the terms for, I don't know, realigning these divisions, gerrymandering, if you will? What can we align them a little bit? Why is the NFC West a freaking powerhouse, and NFC East is like crap? I mean, like the West is what? San Francisco, LA. What's the team?
what was the question?
Seahawks. I'm talking about the NFC West and NFC East,
Oh.
and why they're so bad. Yeah, I mean they're mostly geographical, but like, can we swap Dallas for like another team that's maybe not so bad? I'm not trying to defend the NFC East. I don't care about it. I'm an AFC guy, but I don't know. It's just bad. But I haven't watched the NFL this year. Not much. I was really excited, gung ho on the first few weeks. I'll still watch like a game, here and there. But my fantasy team is terrible. It looks like we've lined up a deal for you to get probably the best running back in the NFC East.
There we go.
Antonio Gibson, who's absolutely a monster now. But my fantasy team is terrible other than that. And COVID, I get a COVID warning on a player every single week now.
I mean, COVID screwed me over. My team.
Same. I mean, I went down bad.
I am sitting at 5 and 7
5 and
now.
6.
After this week, it'll be
yeah.
5 and 7. Two of those losses are legitimately due to COVID, but COVID contributed to a couple more. So without COVID in a normal year, I might be in the playoff picture right now. And even without, I'm just on the edge. Because our league, it's horrible.
Well, I think that's just the way it's been for most. It makes me curious about putting money into a fantasy basketball thing. I still want to do it. I think it'd be fun. And I think the NBA has proven they handle it better than any other league. But yeah, if they're going to be doing travel, it's bound to happen to a few players. But at least in the NBA, there's 70. We're going to have 70 games, 72 games, 70 games.
Sounds about right.
There's a lot more, room to make up if LeBron goes out for a week with COVID or something. But other than that, you just hope that next year's better, because I won the league last year. It felt good. I actually genuinely thought I would get it this year. Didn't. Clearly, I'm in last place. And I think I drafted a pretty good team, but
Yeah. Well,
stuff happens.
Yeah, it is what it is. Speaking of is what it is, we're going to switch over to some Division I college football, where we're going to head over.
Why?
We're going to head over to Austin, Texas, where the seat is hot. 4-1 Tom Herman. What do you think?
Yes, it is. Hey, I want him. You want him. We all want him. Urban Meyer, baby.
Urban Meyer. Now,
come on.
The thing with Herman is that it's year 4, and the team is mediocre at best, and at worst, it's pretty bad. But
that's pretty bad.
The thing is, and I was talking to Jude about this, and he said, because we were both saying that we both had higher expectations for this season, and I said, well, first of all, your expectations were stupid with losing your entire team to the draft, and then you lost the only reason, Joe Brady, which is why they were good.
We're talking about LSU.
Yeah, LSU. But I told him that he was expecting a lot. But the difference is, this is year 4 of Herman with everybody coming back. This is the year we were supposed to make that push to get, if not in the playoff, near the playoff. And we've never been close. But in addition to that, we're losing to teams we simply shouldn't lose to, right? And this team is healthy. And on top of that, in College Station, the Aggies are number 5 in the nation. And the boosters will not allow this. And Herman,
They
I mean,
will.
he's lost the team, and like players are opting out, which I totally understand and respect. But players weren't staying out for the eyes of Texas after losses. It was bad.
Yeah.
It feels like it was at the end of the Mac Brown era, where he had just completely lost the team.
I just think back to when we first got Herman, and it was so exciting. It was like, oh my God, we finally got it. We finally got the young, up and coming, the guy from Houston. He's a winner. He's amazing. And right now, how we feel is kind of how a lot of people felt about Charlie Strong. Now, Charlie Strong didn't even get this much time, and who's to say we should have gotten rid of him so soon? I don't know. I don't think I've ever been more sure in my heart about a firing, whether it be football, basketball, or anything, than this. He's done. If he comes back, this starts to enter right away. This starts to enter Jason Garrett territory.
Yeah.
And but I think Texas is smarter than that. And not to mention the boosters and people who actually fund this thing aren't going to sit well with it. I think everybody's given up on Herman. And I am usually quick to defend coaches, but not anymore. I mean, this guy has had the world handed to him on a silver platter. You get the brand, the team, the players, the recruits, and he's done nothing with it. They've tried different assistant coaches, coordinators. Nothing's changing. Nothing works. I feel, Sam Ehlinger has had a great career. I do feel a little bad for him that he's been in a spot where nothing has changed. It kind of felt like they would come in together, and over the course of 5 or 4 years, they would build this marriage, this bond where it's player, coach. They're one and think one and the same, and maybe get at least to a playoff, maybe a title. It's been a while since we've been there, but I mean, right now it'd just be nice to have a cool bowl game, but
yeah,
I don't know if we're even gonna get that. I think it's probably the most sure thing in the world. You could probably bet your house that he's gonna be fired, and for good reason.
And I think that a lot of people think it's a joke. It won't happen. Urban Meyer to Texas, but it's gaining a lot of traction. And I won't divulge my source, but my source tells me that the boosters are really putting a lot of pressure on Chris Del Conte and the entire university to bring Urban Meyer in, because he's a known winner. We took gambles on Charlie Strong and Tom Herman, didn't pay off. Mac Brown, but Urban Meyer wins everywhere he goes. He can't go back to Ohio State, and I'm pretty sure he wants to coach again. So,
and where in football right now, in the college football landscape, can you go that has you have to look at Ohio State and think what his trade-offs would be from, he can't go back there. He doesn't want to downgrade, right? So where else is there an open coaching position that you're going to have the brand of that, the power that Ohio State brand has? The Buckeyes are everywhere, the fan base, the support, the prowess to get recruits that kind of falls in with the brand, but you can't get these things and the paycheck as well. Where is there actually an open coaching position where you can get all those things? And Texas is, right there. It's,
and also with that, it's that blue chip, it's that blue chip brand, one of the top teams ever. And if you go there, you get all that prestige, but you also have to build something up from basically ground zero, because Texas is in some dark days. So it would be like going to some random underdog school.
But here's the thing,
you have the resources.
And for a coach who's been out of the game for a year, who's been mostly on TV, and whatnot, the expectations for Texas have never been lower. If you come in and win us, a cool bowl game, we're going to love you, just get us a cool bowl game, and anything else is just icing on the cake. This isn't like going into LSU right now and trying to win another title 2 times in 3 years. We don't even care about that. We just want to win some games on Saturday.
We want to win some games that we should win, and then some good games, be competitive, maybe win.
I mean, we just want to be competitive. We want to go into the Red River rivalry every year with feeling confident. We want to be the best team in the Big 12 at some point, which is obviously up for grabs because Oklahoma is awful. I mean, in comparison to what we're used to seeing from them. So, I mean, the bar has never been lower. Urban Meyer, Texas. It feels like a match made in heaven. I feel like we said that before, but, I would love to see it. Because I've tuned out of Texas games for the most part. Kind of tuned out.
Well, I will tell you then, Bijan Robinson is the real deal. He's so good, and he's
okay.
If he stays,
if we can get a little Bijan, well, that's why I think as soon as the season is over, I think the next day we're going to see a firing, because I don't think they're going to sit on this. I don't think they're going to want to see our top guys go into the transfer portal. They're going to want to see, okay, are you guys going to make a move as far as coaching goes? Are you going to get a big name? Because I think if they go out there quickly and they get, let's just say it, Meyer, because who are the other, is there any other names out there that were even floating? Not really.
Matt Campbell, who's the Iowa State head coach, but he's not going to leave.
That's kind of, and Campbell with Iowa State is probably better than Herman was with Houston. But still kind of a similar scenario. We kind of want to just go, you'd still be gambling in some regard. I think we're done gambling. Give us a real winner.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see it. I hope it happens. I would like to enjoy football again, but some weird combination of COVID and Tom Herman have ruined that for me this year. So hopefully that changes soon. This is probably the longest episode we've done in a while. I'm proud of us.
It feels good. I feel like we've talked about some good stuff.
And it was no notes.
No notes. We always have our best episodes when we do no notes and we just ramble on a little bit. And I think the people enjoy it as well.
I do too. Well, I've got a little bit more to take care of today. Might chill out. Maybe I'll watch a movie tonight or something. I don't know.
I need to watch Deathly Hallows.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And then
I'm caught up, and then next week we'll talk about it. So
maybe we'll do a little Splash Harry Potter episode one day. Where when you're done, we'll just go in.
I think it should be in person. Maybe we grab a couple butter beers and we talk it over.
No, I don't think we should do that. Or at least on a hot buttered rum. You want to talk about that or too soon?
I mean, it was just too sweet. It was too sweet.
You also called me at 10 whatever a.m.
Yeah,
and said, I'm writhing in agony on the floor.
The hot buttered rum betrayed me and gave me a little tummy ache. But that being said, I think that it's been a good episode.
It's been a great episode.
All right. Well, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for this week's episode of The Splash. If you made it this far, remember to leave a like on the YouTube video, comment, and subscribe for more great content. If you're listening to us on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, it's been a while. Leave us a 5-star review. We really appreciate it. Helps us out a lot. Even if you didn't like it, why not? Spencer is wearing a Tom Brady jersey that Tom Brady never wore, and you will see that if you go check us out on the YouTube. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you back next week. We're gonna bring the Harry.
Maybe
we're bringing the Harry Potter heat, that Harry hitter, and we will see you very soon.
Oh, and cancel your